Smoke drifts over black water. A village awakes to the sound of oars striking hull. Dogs bark, doors slam shut, children are pulled inside. An axe falls, timber splits, a scream is swallowed by the salted wind. Men with round shields advance across the beach like shadows forged in iron. The scent of tar and blood mingles with cold rain. Who were those warriors rising from the horizon? It was the age of the Viking incursions in the 9th century, when Europe's coastal communities learned that the sea could also deliver ruin. These were not isolated legends, but a shock that tore through borders and exposed the fragility of Christian kingdoms. Monasteries, ports, and market towns became targets of a mobile force that would redraw the northern map forever. The north was said to be poor and backward, yet Scandinavian settlements were living a moment of expansion. There was trade in furs, amber, and iron, routes stretching to Byzantium and Baghdad, skilled craftsmen and ancient laws that governed public assemblies. Before the flames, there was a confident world that believed it controlled its own destiny. Villages lined the fjords like seams of timber. The marketplace bound farmers, blacksmiths, and shipbuilders together. Arabic silver gleamed in necklaces, and stories traveled with merchants. That network of prosperity, built on open harbors and navigable seas, also taught those men to move faster than the armies of their age. In the frozen valleys of Scandinavia, pressure for land and honor rose like a silent tide. Simple innovations such as the deep keel and the square sail transformed fishermen into voyagers. Nothing seemed threatening at first, only wood, wind, and human ambition awakening. One summer, prows touched the coast of Northumbria, and the monastery of Lindisfarne opened its gates unaware. That sacred harbor became the gateway to the storm. The bell that called the faithful to prayer announced the arrival of foreign axes. Ships appeared in Frisia, Ireland, and France as though the sea had learned to spit out warriors. Cities paid tribute, walls were outflanked, and the word Viking became an omen. The speed of the raids dissolved any organized defense. Kings believed gold could buy peace and paid ransoms that financed new fleets. Monks explained the tragedy as divine punishment, while peasants hid their harvests and their children. In some villages, neighbors turned suspicious of one another, and families fled at the first glimpse of sails. Laws lost their authority, markets closed, and priests abandoned their posts. Northern traders and foreigners were accused of betrayal, and violence wore the mask of justice. It was not only the cities. Coastal farms stood empty, herds wandered the marshes without masters, and weeds climbed over old Roman roads. The rural world felt the same invisible blade that had cut the ports. As decades passed, many warriors became settlers and merchants. The sails still crossed the sea, but the fury lost its breath, like a storm exhausted from roaring. From that collision, a new order emerged, and today we remember it to understand and step into the next era of the ancient North with human caution.
They did not vanish, they adapted, and the North would shape Europe in ways no one could yet imagine.